Welcome to another Telit's Coffee Connection. No, it's not a dating site or app, but a place where Telit experts talk about a variety of industry topics. I'm Christopher Cormelis, a product specialist for Telit's short-range and GNSS portfolio. I'm here to discuss embedded GNSS versus standalone GNSS. I'll go over some basics, differences, and how to decide what is right for your end product. If you're not familiar with the term GNSS, it stands for Global Navigation Satellite System. Embedded GNSS is when the cellular module already has it built in. A standalone GNSS is a module specifically designed for positioning. In ideal testing conditions, a standard embedded GNSS can see a circular error probability, or CEP, between 2.5 to 5 meters, while a standalone can achieve as low as sub-meter accuracy, depending on the constellation and module type. CEP is when 50% of the position points land within a certain radius. Things to keep in mind for your architecture is power consumption, size requirements, GNSS precision/update rate, data, and price. If any of these requirements outweigh the others, it can help narrow down your selection. If you require accurate position, low power, 1 PPS, fast update rates, or need a GNSS specific module like timing, dead reckoning, or dual frequency, then standalone is the right option. If you're leaning more towards size, price, integration, embedded may be the right choice for you. Just note some of the embedded solutions are GNSS featured limited, meaning a lot of things that are standard in a standalone receiver aren't always available in embedded solutions. Always check to make sure before starting design. An advantage of embedded solutions is the front-end components are better to deal with co-located radios. The GNSS RF input for cellular modules is a protected diode to a SAW, to an LNA, to a SAW, to an RF input pin of IC, where a standalone GNSS module varies. You can see a SAW to an RF input pin to an IC, to a SAW, to an LNA to an RF input to an IC, or an LNA to a SAW to an RF input pin to an IC. The LNA before the SAW is not recommended for co-located radio applications without adding an additional SAW or filtering before the module's RF input. Now that I went over some of the basics during this coffee connection regarding embedded versus standalone, I recommend you reaching out to a Telit expert for more information or visit the Telit website. Thank you and cheers.